going on, everybody? So I'm going to try to make this video as quick as possible without it running very, very long. But I wanted to talk to you guys about my experience with Google Fi customer service, as I do have to say that out of every carrier that I've had, Google Fi customer service has been very top-notch. I've seen some, conflicting opinions from others out there who've said that they've had some very bad experiences, and I'm not entirely sure what, came to that point that they had a bad experience, but I wanted to share mine. As some people have asked me, that's probably one of the number one questions I get about Google Fi is how's their customer service. So I'm going to share with you guys something that I did. I put Google Fi customer service to the test. Okay, I'll explain that. In actuality, I've had one bad experience, but that wasn't on the phone. That was the chat, and it was on New Year's Eve, and they were very backed up and busy. So they had like a little counter to tell you what position you were in to receive a chat representative to speak with you. And by the time I got the chat rep, they gave their intro bubble, which gives the detail of who the agent is by name, their introduction, and whatnot. And before I could even finish my question in the chat, they closed out the chat. So I guess they were in a hurry to get home for New Year's Eve. But that was probably one. So what I used to kind of test this out was, in the month of October, I paused my service. And when I paused my service, I reinstated it in the middle of November. So on that current bill cycle, I only had 16 days left in that bill cycle, so I was getting a prorated bill for the 16 days plus 1 month in advance for the talk. So they don't prorate you on the data, just the 5 basics. Now, the following month after that, I added a line to my service, so now I have 2 lines on there, and therefore another prorated bill came to be. Perfect opportunity to do this because at the same time, in the month of December, I had referred 16 people with my referral code. So they were doing that $100 credit for each referral, but you can only max out at $700, and I had referred 16 people. So I got $700 in Fi credit added to my account. Now, Fi credit can only be used for the cellular billing part. It cannot be used if you are leasing a phone. Well, not leasing, but buying a phone under installments. So anyhow, I went in with a question thinking that they were ripping me off, that they were double charging me when I was already billed for the month in advance on my first prorated bill. The following prorated bill, I said that they had charged me again to see how they would interact. Now, the things I'm looking for to kind of tell, how the customer service is based upon, 1, the rep being patient with me, 2, them being able to explain things clearly, and 3, for them actually, really listening. Those are some of the things that I really judge a customer service rep on. Now, the way you know when a customer service rep is listening to you, one of the methods that I used as a retention agent for Sprint was that if you said something to me, I would repeat the same thing you said to me back to you just to confirm what I'm understanding from you, so you knew I was listening to you because I'm using your exact words. And I can say with the first rep that I spoke with, he was very, very calm, very patient. As a matter of fact, I made him explain my bill to me like 10 times, okay? You don't know how annoying that is to explain someone's bill to them 10 times. And then every time that he was explaining it, when he was rewording his words to see if maybe he can get his explanation across to me where I can understand, he was very calm about it. I mean, you didn't hear any, okay, let's go over this again, like type of thing, It was just like, he would tell me he would understand my point of view, and he understands my frustration, and he's sorry that I'm frustrated. He would, apologize to me that I was a little frustrated because I played the part, and would go in and re-explain the bill again a second time, third time, fourth time, and going on. So that was really great. And he would use my words to let me know that he was listening to me. On top of that, he never placed me on hold. I knew he had to go check my last bill and my current bill and go back and forth between them, and it was going to take him some time to have to really read line by line the actual breakdown of my bill. And, he didn't want to put me on hold while doing that, so he, politely asked me, if it's okay, if he goes and checks my bill, give him about 1 or 2 minutes, 1 to 3 minutes, and he'd be right back. He's on the line, so if I have a question, just go ahead and ask him. I might hear a little bit of silence, but that's just because he's reading over my bills. So he let me know he was still there, but that it was going to be quiet, which is, I can respect that. So after dealing with him, and of course the bill was correct. There was nothing wrong with the bill. He did thank me for being patient with him, which, I was returning that, saying, no, thank you for being patient with me. So we ended that. So I wanted to see if I would get a different reaction from somebody else. So I called in again, talked to a different rep. She did the same thing. And so after that one, I waited another day, and then I called in and talked about the same thing. Now I know they notated the account, so they know that I called in multiple times. And so I try to change up a little bit about what I was confused about the bill. But for every time that I've called in and talked to a rep, I got reps who were patient, reps who were listening, and reps who cared. And in my opinion, that pretty much tells me, okay, this is a standard that they're trying to put out there as far as the customer service, which to me, I can appreciate. So that is my experience with Google Fi's customer service the multiple times. Other than that chat that ended very early, but obviously I will let them off the hook for that because it's New Year's Eve and they want to get home to their families. So, okay, I understand. I was the last person left on the list and they just figured that I would call another day. But that is my experience with Google Fi customer service. And so what I definitely recommend Google Fi, including their customer service, yes, I definitely would. And their customer service has been top notch. And even until today, when I chat with them, call in, they are very pleasant, very nice. And they treat me as if they care for my business, which you don't get a lot of these days. So I would love to know your guys' experience. Those who may come across this and have had a bad experience, please share your story in the comment section of the video. No one's going to judge you, so don't leave parts out. Go ahead and just throw the whole thing in there. And then that way, this kind of helps people to kind of get an understanding of how customer service would be. But so far, with Google Fi, and even before when they were Project Fi, I've never had a single problem with their customer service being rude to me or being malicious with me. So, if you guys enjoyed my story today, drop a like to let me know. Leave a comment, share your story, or if you have any questions, leave them there, and I'll get back to them as soon as I can. Other than that, thanks for watching, guys.